So, did you guys have any idea that there was a Chester Cheetah game released for the Super Nintendo? It was released in 1992 by a video game company called Kaneko. And I've never heard of Kaneko either, but they're obviously a Japanese-based company. They actually have a lot of games on their resume. Most of them have been released only in Japan, but there are a handful for the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. And actually, there was another Chester Cheetah game for both the Genesis and the Super Nintendo that they did. And this one here was also released on the Genesis. It's not extremely rare, but it's one you don't really hear about too often. And I just picked this thing up. I just happened to be visiting one of my local game stores, and I never even knew that this existed. So I had to get it. I only paid 20 bucks for it. I popped in and started playing it, and it's, you know, your typical 90s side-scrolling platformer. It seems like the game is basically focused on exploration and item collecting and just avoiding enemies and environmental hazards. You really don't fight them. I mean, I guess you kind of have an attack. I mean, you do jump and you can land on enemies and kind of take them out, but there's really no point because they don't chase you around. They're kind of just there. I mean, you could avoid them entirely if you want to. They're not hard to avoid, but if you do make contact with them, you will get hit and take damage. The Cheetos do represent your life, and it also looks like you collect another sort of Cheeto coin, which I'm guessing your goal is to try to get as many of them as you can. So it's clearly a Cheetos promotion, but they don't overdo it with it, because I think basically the point of the game was that the character Chester Cheetah was that popular back in the 90s, so they decided to just make him into a video game. Every once in a while, you get to ride on some sort of a vehicle to make it through the stage quicker and easier. And of course, if you know anything about Chester Cheetah, his whole persona is being super cool, which, you know, they go over the top in the game. But the plot of the game is that Chester is trapped in the Four Corners Zoo, and the zookeeper, who doesn't like Chester, stole his motorcycle, which you can see on the cover of the game, broke it up into pieces, scattered them all over the zoo, and that's basically your goal, is to go through each level, collect each piece of your motorcycle at the end, put it back together, and escape. But, you know, the animation is pretty good. The gameplay is alright. So let me know in the comments if you've ever played Chester Cheetah Too Cool to Fool for the Super Nintendo, if you've ever heard of the video game company Kaneko, and are you surprised that there was yet another snack food video game tie-in